I want to speak directly to those of you who are building things, leading teams, and pouring your heart into your work. The high achievers, the ambitious founders, the ones who always push for more. And yet, despite all the success, there's a quiet feeling, isn't there? A sense that your contributions aren't fully seen, or a nagging uncertainty about what the next chapter should look like. You might feel stuck, wondering if this is the right path, or if there's a greater impact you're meant to make elsewhere. This feeling is not a sign of failure, it's a sign that you've reached a new level of awareness. This moment, this crossroads, is a natural and necessary part of any leader's journey. It's the point where what got you here isn't necessarily what will get you there. The good news is that you don't have to navigate this uncertainty alone or rely on gut feelings that can be swayed by a good day or a bad one. There are timeless frameworks, objective ways of looking at your situation that can bring clarity. These aren't about finding a simple answer, but about asking the right questions. By applying these principles, you can move from a place of ambiguity to one of confident decision-making. It's about empowering yourself with the tools to analyze your circumstances with the same rigor you apply to your business or your projects. This isn't just about the next job or the next funding round. It's about deliberately designing a future where you feel fulfilled, valued, and aligned with your purpose. It's about finding your why all over again. Let's start with the most fundamental question. Where can you grow from here? Potential is the currency of the future. Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder or scaling your own venture, the path forward must be visible. It's not just about the next promotion or the next revenue milestone, it's about the expansion of your skills, your influence, and your capacity to make a difference. If you look ahead 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, do you see a bigger version of yourself? Does the environment you're in have the structure, the resources, and the vision to support that growth? Or do you see a ceiling? Answering this question requires radical honesty. It means looking past the comfort of the present and evaluating the trajectory. For an entrepreneur, this might mean asking if your market is large enough or if your model is truly scalable. For a professional, it's about whether your company is investing in its people or simply extracting value from them. When the potential for growth is clear and compelling, it acts as a powerful motivator, a North Star that pulls you through challenges. When it's absent, even the greatest present-day success can feel hollow and unsustainable. We are social animals. We need to feel that what we do matters, not just to ourselves but to others. Recognition is more than just a bonus or a compliment, it's a signal from the tribe that your contribution is valued. When your efforts are consistently overlooked, it sends a dangerous message: you are invisible. This isn't about ego, it's about the basic human need for validation that fuels our discretionary effort, our willingness to go above and beyond. Are your leaders, your board, or your clients seeing the value you create? This applies just as much to founders. Is the market recognizing the value of the problem you're solving? Are investors seeing the true potential of your venture, or are they undervaluing your vision? Feeling undervalued chips away at your confidence and your passion. True recognition isn't just about celebrating wins, it's about a deep, organizational understanding of your unique strengths and the real-world impact of your work. It's when your perceived value aligns with your actual value that you can operate from a place of strength and security. You cannot achieve anything of significance alone. Your success is intrinsically linked to the commitment of those around you, especially those in leadership. For professionals, this means looking at your managers and senior executives. Do they have your back? Are they investing in your development, clearing obstacles and advocating for you when you're not in the room? Or are they merely managing you? A leader's true commitment is demonstrated not in words, but in consistent, supportive actions. It's the difference between having a boss and having a champion. For founders, this principle is even more critical when looking at your co-founders or key investors. Is there a shared, unwavering belief in the vision, even when things get tough? Commitment is tested not during the highs, but during the inevitable lows. It's the willingness to have difficult conversations, to put the mission above ego, and to trust each other implicitly. A lack of genuine commitment from the top creates cracks in the foundation. No matter how brilliant the strategy, the entire structure will eventually crumble under pressure if that core alignment isn't there. Let's talk about rewards. While passion drives us, we must be practical. Compensation, whether it's salary, equity, benefits, or bonuses, is a tangible measure of how an organization values your contribution. It's an energy exchange. You pour your time, talent, and life force into your work, and in return, you receive the resources needed to live your life and build your future. The key here is not just about getting paid, it's about getting paid fairly. Are your rewards competitive with the market standard for your role, your experience, and your impact? This requires objective analysis, not just a feeling. It means doing your research, understanding industry benchmarks, and knowing your worth. For founders, it's about ensuring your equity structure is fair and incentivizes the right behaviors for the long term. For professionals, it's about looking at the total package, healthcare, retirement plans, paid time off, and assessing its true value. Being undercompensated is not just a financial issue, it's a respect issue. It signals that the organization believes it can get your immense value at a discount, which is an unsustainable and honestly a pretty demoralizing equation. The most successful leaders are infinite learners. They understand that their current knowledge has a shelf life. The world is constantly changing, and what made you successful yesterday might make you obsolete tomorrow. Therefore, a crucial question to ask is, does my current environment provide opportunities for continuous learning and development? This isn't just about formal training programs or certifications, though those can be valuable. It's about being in a place that challenges you, that exposes you to new ideas, new people, and new problems to solve. Growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone. Are you being stretched? Are you given projects that force you to learn new skills? Is there a culture of curiosity where asking questions is encouraged and experimentation is supported? For founders, this means building a learning organization where the entire team is constantly improving. For professionals, it means seeking out roles and companies that invest in your intellectual capital. An environment that stops teaching you is an environment that has started to stagnate. Your personal growth is inextricably linked to your professional relevance. You can have the best strategy, the highest salary, and the most prestigious title, but if you don't fit the culture, you will eventually be miserable. Culture is the set of shared values and beliefs that govern how people behave within an organization. It's the unspoken rules of the game. It's the how we do things around here. And honestly, the most important question is, does the organizational or startup culture align with your personal values? If you value collaboration but the culture is ruthlessly individualistic, you will feel like an outsider. If you value work-life balance but the culture celebrates burnout, you will eventually break. This isn't about one culture being good and another being bad, it's about alignment. A culture that feels energizing and empowering to one person can feel toxic and draining to another. To assess this, you have to observe behaviors, not just read the mission statement on the wall. How are decisions made? How is conflict handled? How are people treated when they fail? Finding a cultural fit is the difference between simply having a job and feeling like you truly belong. Passion and purpose are, absolutely essential, but they really have to be built on a stable foundation. You have to zoom out and take a step back to assess the long-term viability of the ship you're on. For those working within a company, this means looking beyond just your team or department and considering the health of the entire organization. Is it financially sound? Does it have a sustainable business model? How is it positioned against its competitors? And what's the trajectory of the industry as a whole? Is it a growing field, or is it one that's being disrupted into, honestly, oblivion? Making a long-term bet on a company in a dying industry can end up being a recipe for career stagnation. Now, for founders, this kind of analysis is even more stark. You are the captain of the ship. You have to be brutally honest about your industry's trajectory, the market forces at play, and your venture's financial runway. Wishful thinking is, without a doubt, the enemy of survival. Assessing future stability isn't about being pessimistic. It's really about being a realist. It's about making informed, strategic decisions that protect your future. A secure platform gives you the confidence to take calculated risks and focus on creating value, rather than constantly worrying if the floor is about to collapse beneath you. Our society really has this dangerous obsession with the hustle, the grind, and just this relentless pursuit of more. We actually celebrate burnout as if it were some sort of badge of honor. But honestly, the greatest leaders understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint. A career or a business built on the foundation of exhaustion is just unsustainable. It will inevitably lead to a crash. So you really have to ask yourself, does your current path allow for a sustainable work-life balance and promote genuine well-being? This isn't about working less, it's about working smarter and preserving your most valuable asset, your own health and energy. Well-being, it's not a luxury, it's a performance imperative. It's about having the time and mental space for family, for hobbies, for rest, and for reflection. These are the things that recharge you and, paradoxically, actually make you better at your job. A culture that consistently demands 80-hour weeks and expects you to be available 24/7 is not a culture that values its people. It's a culture that consumes them. True, lasting success is holistic. It's about achieving your professional ambitions without sacrificing your health, your relationships, and your joy. Are you in a position to shape the future, or are you just managing the present? The capacity for innovation and industry leadership is really what separates the good from the great. This is about your ability to challenge the status quo, to experiment with new ideas, and to create solutions that move the entire field forward. In a corporate setting, this means having the autonomy and support to try new things, even if they might fail. It's about being in a culture that values curiosity over certainty and progress over perfection. For founders, this is the very essence of your existence. You started your venture to innovate, to build something new. The question then becomes, do you still have the capacity to do so? Are you bogged down in administrative tasks, or are you able to dedicate time to thinking, creating, and leading your industry? Whether you're an employee or an owner, being in a position to innovate is profoundly fulfilling. It connects your daily work to a larger purpose and ensures that you are not just a participant in your industry, but a leader who is actively shaping its direction. Finally, let's take a moment to consider your reputation. It's the echo of your actions, the story that people tell about you when you're not in the room. What is the reputation of your organization within its sector? Is it known for excellence, integrity, and innovation? Or is it known for cutting corners, poor quality, or a toxic culture? Your personal brand is inextricably linked to the brand of the company you work for or the venture you lead. Associating yourself with a poorly regarded organization can really tarnish your own reputation, making future opportunities harder to come by. Beyond the organization, you must assess its external market competitiveness. Is it a leader, a follower, or a laggard? Being part of a winning team creates a halo effect. It signals to the market that you are part of an elite group, capable of operating at the highest level. This opens doors and creates opportunities that might otherwise be inaccessible. A strong reputation and a competitive market position are not just vanity metrics. They are strategic assets that provide a powerful and lasting tailwind for your entire career. So, we've walked through 10 critical frameworks today. 10 questions to help you look at your career or your business not with emotion, but with objective clarity. This process isn't about finding a reason to leave. It's about finding the conviction to stay, or the confidence to make a change. It's about taking control of your narrative. The answers will be different for each of you, but the act of asking is what really empowers you. It moves you from being a passenger in your own career to being the pilot, deliberately choosing your destination. If you're at this crossroads and want to go deeper, it is entirely natural to experience uncertainty, even after thorough research. To address this, we advocate for a structured decision-making framework, an ancient yet practical Chinese metaphysics, inspired by time-tested principles. This approach encourages you to appraise each career option from multiple perspectives: analysis, their strengths, potential pitfalls, likelihoods of success, and suitability within broader trends, ultimately maximizing their impact and fulfillment. For those who feel they need a more personal sounding board, and know more about the tool inspired by the ancient yet practical Chinese metaphysics that I mentioned, I also offer a limited number of 20 to 30-minute consultation calls. I want to thank you for your time and your trust. This community is built on the shared belief that we can all build careers and lives of impact and fulfillment. It is a privilege to be on this journey with you. Continue to ask the hard questions, continue to seek clarity, and never, ever settle for less than what you are truly worth. Your next great chapter is waiting for you to write it.